So it looks like Kanye's wife Bianca Censori is not who she said she is, because new revelations just expose her for the real Bianca, and it's not looking pretty. Bianca and Kanye have been married for about 2 years now, and there have been multiple allegations that Kanye was mistreating her with his weird humiliation kink in public. But you can imagine how shocking it was when we found out that not only is Kanye not mistreating Bianca, but she is allegedly the one in charge. A couple of days ago, some really spicy tea spilled out that revealed how Bianca has allegedly been working for some really powerful people in Hollywood as Kanye's handler. Even worse, there are now rumors of how Bianca is working overtime to put Kanye under a conservatorship and take all his money. Y'all better get comfortable with this drama because it's about to be a mess. It's crazy to imagine that Bianca has been fooling us for this long, especially when fans have been on her side and criticizing Kanye for his shenanigans. I mean, there have been so many cries for help for Bianca because her situation with Kanye was just so shady from the start. I mean, he disappeared from the public view after coming this close to getting canceled, and the next thing we knew, he popped up with a new wife, Bianca Censori. Now, you guys have to keep this part in mind because we're going to circle back to it in a minute. Kanye didn't even make a wedding announcement or anything like that, and the only reason we found out about the marriage was that he had a ring on his finger, and several insiders confirmed that he had indeed gotten married to Bianca privately. The marriage was so secret that even Bianca's family and Kanye's ex Kim Kardashian didn't even know about it, and they found out on social media like the rest of us. Kim immediately started shading the daylights out of Kanye on her Instagram stories, which means even she had no idea about it. She first posted this quote saying, "I'm really in my quiet girl era. I don't have much to say, just much to do." She also said, "Just remember, the black sheep usually turns into the goat. Keep doing you. And people who want to see you win will help you win. Remember that." The crazy part about all this is that the Kardashians had their suspicions about Bianca from the start, but everybody thought that they were just salty because Kanye was moving on. A source claimed that the family isn't taking this as a marriage yet. They don't know what it is. They aren't sure if it's a PR stunt. They are waiting to see if he files for papers. They are nervous because if it's real, she would be in the children's lives. However, multiple anonymous sources claim that Kanye and Bianca's relationship was perfect and to ignore the haters. One source claims, Ye has been a megastar for 2 decades and counting, and his first marriage was to someone who lives almost full time in front of a camera. Bianca and Ye have a totally different vibe. They are very private, very affectionate, and totally devoted to each other. I think they both enjoy carving out time that's just for them. Not him throwing Kim under the bus. Well, another insider spoke to Us Weekly and said things couldn't be better for Kanye and Bianca, and they're doing amazing. Kanye feels like he finally met someone who truly gets him and loves him for the person he is. Bianca compliments Kanye on so many levels, and he appreciates and respects her opinions. She really keeps him grounded, and he's feeling better than ever. Things got super strange a couple of weeks ago, though, when Kanye was sued by his former assistant, Lauren Picciota, who claimed that Kanye was super inappropriate with her while she worked for him. The woman claimed that Kanye had initially hired her to work on his Yeezy fashion line during its first season before making her his assistant. However, it wasn't long before he started acting out towards her, starting when he asked her to delete her OnlyFans account. According to reports, Lauren was primarily supporting herself via an OnlyFans profile in 2021 when she met West. She says he hired her to work on the first season of his Yeezy women's fashion line, and they ended up collaborating on 3 tracks from his Donda album. Picciota does not have any formal credits on the record. However, West subsequently hired Picciota as his personal assistant with an annual salary of $1 million on the condition that she was available 24/7. She says she agreed to the terms. But that made things worse because Kanye started to send her some very inappropriate texts. According to reports, after she closed the account, she claims she was bombarded with explicit text messages from West, including adult videos. Picciota also claims he masturbated while talking to her on the phone, and that on one occasion, he pleasured himself in front of her after trapping her in a private room on his plane. She claimed that he would say stuff like, "See, my problem is, I be wanting to F, but then after I F, I want a girl to tell me how hard they've been F while I'm F'ing them. Then I want her to cheat on me." He would apparently go on to describe his intimate fantasies with vulgar language. Another time, she claimed that he texted her saying, "Is my D racist?" racist? It is. This effing racist D of mine. I'm going to beat this racist D for being effing racist. I'm going to stare at pictures of white women with black behinds and beat the ish out of my racist D, beating the ish out of his big black C. Kanye is acting like a rabid cat if this is true. But with all of this, fans still felt bad for Bianca. Like this person that said, someone help that poor woman get away from that man and get that ninja to a therapy session or something. So imagine how shocked we were when we found out that Bianca allegedly had been pulling the strings on this drama behind the scenes. Say what? Not only is Bianca not the innocent woman we thought she was, but she is something of a villain. Y'all, it looks like we owe Kim and the Kardashians an apology because they have been trying to warn us about Bianca since the moment they found out about her. I mean, Kim even made it clear that she did not want her daughter North getting too close to Bianca because she didn't trust her. North really seemed genuinely into Bianca because they were spotted out together holding hands and hugging multiple times. An insider revealed that North thinks that Bianca is super cool. This made him super upset, and the insider claimed that Kim thinks Bianca is getting too close to her daughter, and she is definitely jealous of the new woman in West's life. It's already a nightmare co-parenting with Kanye. This is just another wrench. But we thought that she was just being a bitter ex who was trying to use North as a weapon to get under Kanye's skin. However, we soon started to see headlines about how unhealthy Kanye and Bianca's marriage was, and this was why we started seeing Bianca as a victim. One of Bianca's oldest friends spoke to Daily Mail saying, Bianca is stuck and her friends are trying to save her, but no one can because of the blockades Kanye has put up around her. Everyone is extremely concerned. This isn't who she is. She is an incredibly outspoken and lively person who has never wanted to keep her mouth shut. So this meant that she needed to get Kanye's approval before she spoke in public? This kind of thing explains why she seems so shy and reluctant to talk in this viral video, acting like someone she wasn't. But then the drama escalated when news sources spilled the tea about Kanye being extra controlling. Turns out the situation was an even bigger hot mess than we imagined. The source said, Kanye has a set of rules for Bianca, which includes never speak and wear what he wants her to wear. At that point, this completely explained her weird and concerning outfits. But if you think it couldn't get worse, it definitely could. Because another source claimed that not only was Kanye supposedly controlling her outfits, but he also went as far as to control what she wore, where she went, and everything. The source also added, she is also required to eat certain food items and to work out even though Kanye doesn't work out. He has been able to control Censori completely because he allegedly convinced her that they're royal. She has no mind of her own anymore. Word on the streets is that her family and friends tried to stage an intervention, but it was a hot mess. She thought her friends were so jealous of her celebrity husband and her newfound name as a West, and that they weren't really looking out for her. An insider said a few of her friends were finally able to reach her, but she wasn't interested in talking, nor was she interested in anyone's concerns for her. Y'all, this is a hot mess, and it made fans even more scared for Bianca. However, the headline started to change, and there was some talk about how Bianca was slowly taking charge of Kanye's life. A source said Kanye's new wife, Bianca Censori, runs the show, including his daily schedule, and deals with all of his business affairs. At first, this didn't make a lot of sense because Bianca isn't a businesswoman, nor has she ever run a business before that we know of, and she reportedly in the past worked as an architect for Yeezy. But that has been controversial because why on earth would Yeezy need an architect? That seemed like a cover-up to explain how she met Kanye, but it still didn't make that much sense. It made even less sense when Bianca started to control his business affairs without any experience in running a business. Kind of suspicious, isn't it? But it's even wilder now because Bianca's good girl image just got revealed to be fake. So you know how she's always acting like a sweet cotton candy? Well, allegedly it was all an act because turns out that Bianca comes from one of the most notorious mob families in Australia. Yeah, y'all. According to reports, Bianca's father, Elia Leo Censori, did hard jail time after being convicted in 1982 on a charge of possessing a prohibited import substance and sentenced to 5 years with a minimum of 3. Her uncle, Eris Censori, is a notorious gangland once dubbed Melbourne's Al Capone. Eris was sentenced to in Western Australia for a month, but the sentence was later commuted to life imprisonment. Her oldest brother, Edmondo, known as Eddie Capone, has convictions in Victoria for violence, including assault on police, theft, and threats. I don't know if you know this, but it's wild to be compared to Al Capone, who is one of the most notorious drug criminals in history. So yeah, this situation is very messed up. Her family has some deep history in shady businesses, running an illegal gambling operation and who knows what else. And don't get it twisted, Bianca wasn't clueless about the whole thing. She grew up in a $2.8 million mansion. She knew exactly what was up, and that innocent act was just that, an act. But it gets even spicier from here, because it seems like she's already making moves on Kanye. Word on the streets is that Bianca just got power of attorney over Kanye. Now, for those of you who don't know what a power of attorney is, power of attorney, or POA, is a legal document giving an attorney in charge or legal agent the authority to act on behalf of the principal. The attorney in charge possesses broad or limited authority to act on behalf of the principal. The agent can make decisions regarding medical care, financial matters, or property on behalf of the principal. And according to reports, a power of attorney comes into play in the event that the principal is incapacitated by an illness or disability. The agent must also act on behalf of the principal in case the person is not readily available to sign off on financial or legal transactions. Well, isn't it weird that Bianca would get power of attorney over Kanye when he is neither sick, disabled, or mentally incapacitated? So why would he even need that? I mean, he grew Yeezy into $1 billion company, so why would he hand over everything to Bianca? According to reports, with the negative press surrounding him, Kanye is in need of a career revamp, and it seems his wife is going to be the one to do it. The U.S. Sun allegedly obtained documents that showed that Bianca was given special power of attorney over one of his properties back in March. The difference between power of attorney and special power of attorney is that the latter limits decision-making to specific circumstances. It continued, it is claimed she's been given control over his house in Hidden Hills, the same property that Kanye bought directly across the street from his ex-wife Kim Kardashian. A source also claimed to the U.S. Sun that Bianca is planning on taking the reins on Kanye's business, so this might just be the beginning. So it's looking like she's got her hands on everything Kanye owns, his homes, business, bank accounts, you name it. Looks like she's owning Kanye and everything he owns. And I'm not gonna lie, this is giving major Britney Spears conservatorship vibes, especially with all that documented evidence about Kanye being supposedly crazy. There's been so much talk over the years about how Kanye is mentally unstable, so I wouldn't be surprised if we started hearing whispers about putting Kanye under a conservatorship. In fact, it looks like it has